This is the easiest, juiciest chicken breast dinner you'll ever make. In fact, it's so easy, I'm almost embarrassed I made a video about it. There isn't one secret to this dinner. It's a handful of little things that on their own are simple, but together they make all the difference. And by the end, you'll know why every one of them matters. The first is this herb butter. It does a lot more than just add flavor. We'll come back to it later. And then you'll want to season the chicken with whatever your favorite spice blend is. The second is roasting instead of baking. That one simple change makes a huge difference, and you'll see when it comes out of the oven. The other is using a shallow pan instead of a deep casserole dish. It allows for more air to circulate, giving you a nice crispy chicken skin. Then I add a few sprigs of thyme, rosemary, and a couple of lemon halves, or whatever woody herbs you like. Those lemons aren't there by accident. Later you'll see why they become one of the reasons this whole dinner works so well. Honestly, the only way this could be easier is if I came over and made it for you. Fresh herbs really make a difference here. I like thyme and rosemary. Just make sure your butter is softened and that your herbs are chopped nice and fine. It slips under the skin without tearing it, and the herbs spread much easier that way. Now, while the chicken's roasting, let's get the tomatoes started. I always salt them first because they're going to do half of the work for us. And as they sit, they release all of those juices, so by the time we're ready to finish the salad, half the dressing has already made itself. If you're new here, welcome to Marty's Herbie Kitchen. Every week, I share complete dinners you can make at home. The full recipe is always in the description because this video isn't where I want to read from a recipe card. It's where I'd rather spend our time building dinner and inviting you to my table. Now look at those tomatoes. See all of those juices in the bottom of the bowl? The tomatoes have already made most of the dressing. At this point, dinner is doing most of the work for us. The tomatoes are releasing all of their juices. Let's check the chicken. Now you can see what that herb butter's been doing. It kept the chicken moist while melting into the pan juices, and the lemons are caramelizing beautifully. We'll come back to those in a minute. Now let's get some bread toasting, because you're going to want something to soak up both of those homemade sauces. And now I'll finish the tomatoes with extra virgin olive oil, a little black pepper, and some fresh basil. And dinner is almost ready. Now look at that. Just look at how crispy that chicken skin is. And those tomatoes are so juicy now. Let's get the bread. And look at the dinner. Nothing complicated here. With a handful of simple tips, you've got a dinner that practically finishes itself. And those lemons? Let's not forget those lemons. They created the pan sauce in the oven and then brightened everything up with one last squeeze on the plate. I'm so glad you stayed. Thanks for joining me this evening. I'll see you at the next table.